Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda. And if you like this channel, please like and subscribe. There's a notifications bell down in the corner that'll let you know as to when I'm about to go live. And I usually schedule. Um, oh, Mama Mode's here. Hi, Noodle. Hi, Mama Mode. Hi, Vicus. Okay, so this one, I'm going to talk about moving forward, and I'm going to let you know why. For those of you that have followed my whole journey, you'll probably know about 3 years ago, when I was first housed, I started my own organization called Being, and I kept forward with it, kept doing the things, and pretty soon I got affiliated with other NGOs. Um, I worked for the city as well as, I'm an independent contractor for the city of Seattle Department of Neighborhoods. And I run my own organization called Being, and I work with other NGOs. And if you look in the descriptions, there is a list of just some of the NGOs that I worked with and support. So today I was thinking about it because it's the 3-year anniversary, right? And today I made a big decision. There is an opening for the Seattle Human Rights Commission, and I have decided to throw my name into the hat. And it took me a while to make that step and believe in myself. And but I did, and started contacting some of the people I work with and some of the people I know to ask them to write letters of recommendation. And they were all super excited and absolutely. Just one second. We're gonna remove, and just a second. I'm still getting the hang of this, guys. All right, there we go. Okay, so Noodles, thank you. I am, super excited, right? And everybody was super excited for me. Kind of thinks it's the perfect thing for me. It's going to be a little hard to swing because of the grandbabies and other commitments, but so I'm just super excited, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. And the reason I'm talking about the 3-year anniversary and things like that is because I walked into Seattle early November of 2016. I spent over a year and almost a year and a half, surviving under a bridge and a tent, and got housed. And before that I was vlogging. And for anybody who doesn't think that vlogging is worthwhile and a job, because I do get that a lot, and I know a lot of other vloggers do, all I have to say to that is, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not worthwhile or fulfilling to do. It's kind of like art too, right? So you wouldn't tell a musician that they don't work. You wouldn't tell an artist that they don't work. And this is the same thing. This is people hopefully being very real and vulnerable and forthcoming. And so I think that's really important. And so if you don't like it, just don't want it. Yeah, I feel that way too, right? That's kind of a thing. Um, but anyway, past all that, I started the blog and started the organization. But this has been in really, it's only the beginning of 2021. And so I was just kind of thinking about the life changes. And I was talking to my son the other day, and I said, I didn't know how far I could go after, 5 brain injuries, and having to go to neuro rehab and having to go to speech pathology and then all the rheumatology, everything else. Doing that while under a bridge and surviving and helping others took a lot, but was very worthwhile. And when I look at when you put yourself forth, when you give it your all, the amazing things that can happen. It just it floored me today at the things, and don't think this is by myself. I'm not doing this. I did it all on my own thing. Believe me, I have been uplifted by community members and people I've worked with and, a worldwide community out there. You guys, I'm definitely not saying I did this on my own. I don't want anybody to get that idea. Um, but it also has taught me, don't give up. If it's worthwhile to you and it is fulfilling to you, don't give up. I have always wanted to give of myself to others and help our world. And I think that, I was talking with my kids because, of course they're the first ones that I was like, all right, I made this decision. And they remembered back when they were in grade school that I would give Amnesty International uh, talks, as early as second and third grade. And they were a lot, it was just really exciting. And I didn't get it yet. I may not get it, and that's okay. And it'll be a disappointment, but it's okay. I took the step and I'm learning how far I can fly, even without some of the abilities that I thought were super important. And I have found a niche for myself that is not only fulfilling, but really multifaceted. So that's really great. Not only can I do what I love, outreach and things like that, but I can also do my photography, do my painting, and have all of them, I'm not going to say super successful, but, to feel like what I'm doing matters and what I'm doing brings me joy. And, it's good. And I just wanted to share it and share the joy that I am feeling. And just so everybody knows, like I get sniffly and I get a little teary, but that's usually just because of emotion. It can happen with joy, it can be with grief, it can be with all sorts of things. It's just an emotion for me. So if you see that in the vlogs, please don't think that, it's just who I am. I am going to address some comments. Vlogging. Oh, hello, the best. Because where's my little princess? She went home today. I had them until about 3, and then they go home, and then I'll get them tomorrow for a couple days, and then we're doing a really exciting thing because the kids have never. They're 3 2 months. So they've never really been separated with anybody spending time with just them. So we decided it would be good as a family to spend one-on-one time with them. So I'm gonna get the littlest one, Ollie, and he's like the easiest. He is by far just the happiest baby. And uh, Shelly's gonna spend some time with the middle one, Tin, and my daughter Trini is going to take Amelia for a little while and spend some quality time with her. So super exciting. And my middle daughter my baby girl is turning 23 here in this week. And so we're going to have a party and I'm going to do a photo shoot. It should be really exciting. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see those pictures. It's Manda with an M, Manda J Richer. Instagram. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got a little thing here. Oh, thank you, Spool and Turbo. I appreciate that a lot, truly. Okay, I'm gonna go up to comments. I had to see what that was. That's cool. Um, Noodle, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. Yeah, okay. Hello, good night. Vlogging gives a lot of transferable skills. It does. It does. And actually, between the photography and the vlogging, even though I use a webcam and I do my vlogging super easy, I I I I feel like I need it to be something easy for me to do because to be able to fit it in and be able to be comfortable and be comfortable, without feeling like I'm giving a talk or something like that. And, I just want to share of myself and share of myself in a very real and natural way. And honestly, it works with the webcam and it worked with my phone and it works for me. Um, let's see. You're looking great. Thank you, Chris. I guess please don't. Noodle, thank you. Hugs to you. Amen. Renoa, you are inspirational. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sounds like we have the same perspective. That's good. I try, but see, here's the thing too. I do try to really check myself, I guess, on my thoughts and feelings and stuff. So it's nice to find others that kind of have that same, our, I guess they call it our tribe of people. Um, let's see. Hey, the doll behind you just moved. Did it? Okay, story of the doll, since it's been mentioned a couple of times. So Athena got the doll off of our Buy Nothing group and was like, so I got the Annabelle doll, and I was like, Annabelle? And she's like, no. I was like, Raggedy Ann. She's like, yeah, Raggedy Ann. I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, she's like, apparently the pants don't stay on it. And she's like, no matter where I put it, the pantaloons are falling down. I was like, it's okay. She's like, do you think Amelia would play that? I was like, yeah, kids were not about it. Not about it. So it's like, you can sit on my bed because I like her and I think she's cool. You go, girl. Thank you, Chris. Noodle, painting is awesome and what you do matters as long as you enjoy what you do. I think that when you enjoy what you do, no matter what it is, I mean, with unless you like enjoy crime and stuff, like stop, just stop. But I think as long as you enjoy what you do, um, that's what it's about. And I think that that's, when we spend our time engrossed in something that brings us pleasure and we can still help the world with that. I think that's a win-win. You found your niche, you were growing your wings. I know. I want to see how far I can fly. It's really exciting. And I think it's exciting because I was at a point in my life a while ago, like years ago, where I just didn't have faith in myself and I didn't believe in me. I really felt like a throwaway human being, and I'm not, and no one is. And to go from that to being my champion for myself, like when people talk about the white knight riding in or whatever they call it, then I I I'm my own. That in my community, and for me, That's a huge deal to have myself and my mind and the conversation that goes on up in there be a uplifting and positive experience, like training my brain to really be kind to me. I was telling somebody, I was like, hey, I was like, we go through enough trauma, we go through enough hard times in our life that we should be the last people doing it to ourselves. Like, I know people are going to be mean. At some point, there's going to be someone that's going to be mean. I'm going to get upset, whatever. But in the end, it's not going to come from me. I'm going to be nice to myself. I'm going to be kind to me. And when I catch myself being unkind and doing things like calling myself dumb or calling myself stupid or thinking, you know, I'm not pretty or I'm this or I'm not, I remind myself that don't talk to her that way. I wouldn't let a stranger talk to me that way. I'm not going to talk to myself that way either. Because out of everything, I'm my best friend. Like, I have tons of best friends, or but I have to be that person for me. Besides Rowan, but she's light on the compliments. Let's see. The crying thing is all too relatable, right, Noodle? Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm catching up, guys. Splinter Bell, thank you. Hey, Event Horizons. Hi, Mattia. Sophia. Hi from Moscow. Oh, thank you. I am beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, Sabrina. Splinter Boat. Thank pleasure to you. Glad to hear about the positive things. Keep it photography. I know, I love it. Street photography and portraiture you'd excel at. Thank you. I actually I want to get more into street photography. I also want to try astrophotography. I think it's really cool. I just want to try it all. And I know I can't. I know that I just can't try it all. So I want to try as much as possible, right? um, let's see. Mama Moda, I used to read the Raggedy Ann books when I was little. I had a Raggedy Ann when I was little, and of course, because I was little, I, make upped it, cut its hair, and it got tore up. But um, Noodle, you painted my nursery Raggedy Ann. Isn't that great? When the kids were little, I was into Pooh, like Trinity. They had like books of Pooh, and I tried to get like Pooh things and bears. Oh, thank you, Manny. I appreciate that. That one bad player. It's always good being positive towards yourself. It makes you feel good in the future. It is. It trains the brain, I think, to view me differently. I view myself differently. I look back on pictures, and if I could go back in time and talk to that girl, I'd be like, listen, all those things you think about yourself are not true. Just believe. Just believe in yourself. If no one else believes in you, you believe in you. I mean, I just like to shake her, but you can't. And I've been shooken, and I am aware. Let's see. Um, Mark, Minnesota cold, right? Oh my gosh. So that's actually what I did tonight after the grandbabies left. I had to go and in our buy nothing room, I got like this little for my daughter. She likes different kinds of wine. So I got her a skeleton key wine opener. And so I was out and about. So Stephanie, the other day, I got to go see my good friend Stephanie, who has just been this amazing. Oh my gosh. So you guys, I have so much to catch you up on. I like talking about these things and I'm like, I don't think I've vlogged in a while. Um, so anyway, yesterday, I was like, all right, this is happening. It is going to be really cold this week. So I met with my friend Stephanie, and besides having a socially distanced Starbucks, which was wonderful, we haven't seen each other in over a year. Or actually, we haven't seen each other in years. That's crazy. We talk a lot, but we're. So anyway, back to the thing. She filled my truck with blankets and snacks and all that good stuff, right, for cold weather. So tonight, when I was out and about, we have this little park, and it's got like benches, and I know it's not populated till later at night, but and also a lot of the in-house like walk by it and things. So I took a couple of the coats, I laid them over the back of the bench, folded, not folded like this, but folded nicely so that people could see it was something nice. And I put a comforter on each bench. Um, it's important. Like I wasn't able tonight because of, having the babies wears me out. Although upper body strength, right? But sometimes it hurts my back and stuff, so I get real tired. And because who knew that toddlers could cause exhaustion, right? Um, so anyway, after they left, I went and pick up this, and so I put the blankets out and stuff. Um, and just put calls out on social media, everything. Like it's huge to, even if you can't go out, go onto your local mutual aid groups, go on your buy nothing groups, go into those, anything you can to get the word out, because somebody might have a blanket that saves someone's life. You may not have it, but just by putting the word out and telling people how to support or even where to take that blanket, it could really make a difference. We had over 100 people. I think it was 139 people in Seattle area that died this last year, outdoors. And that's not including a lot of other deaths that, the contributing cause was on being unhoused and having no support. So I think it's super important, and I have been pushing, pushing, pushing. So I should get more stuff out tomorrow. Let's see. Back up. Hi, King. Bless you and good night. Mama mode. You are not disposable. Humans have value. Housed and unhoused equally, right? Taking those off times and making them to be blessings. Harriet Tubman to the unhoused. That's actually a huge compliment, because she was amazing. She was amazing. And I think that she was amazingly brave and courageous. And I can't imagine, like, that takes so much guts. Really does. Ian, hello from UK. It's 6:35 here. I'm just getting up for working from home. Well, hello. Good morning. It's actually late evening here, but it's kind of my relaxed time. Um, we're kind of stuck with ourselves, huh? But interesting. However, I found out recently that some people don't have an internal dialogue, like internal monologue. I say dialogue, apparently it's monologue, but when you have like, it's not like, it's just like facets of yourself that, discuss different things and conversate. It's kind of awesome. It's like having a team up there. I was really surprised. Like, I can't imagine not having that. Like, Nanny photographs. That's a good one. Astrophotography. That's way cool. It is. It is so amazing. Donnie Darko. Hello. Manny, taking pics of auras would be pretty fascinating, right? At the aurora borealis, like actually, if I go north enough, I will be able to spot it. It's just finding a place up north that's dark enough. We have an app that will tell us when it's in the area. Um, John Wick team, hello from frozen France. Hope you're staying warm. Hello from Seattle. Um, Sometimes I look like a tarot reader. Hmm. Okay, I don't know what that looks like, but all right, I'll trust you. John Wick team, bonjour. So, Oh, no, Shed, she didn't, girl. Just curious if you've gone back and watched your first feature on the Invisible People channel recently. Never. What are your thoughts on who you see yourself as in that video? Ooh, that is such a good question. Oh my gosh, you got me. You got me with this. Yes, I have watched it, and I've sent it to people and had them watch it. I've used it as a learning tool when I'm speaking, like I was speaking to some classes and used it as a learning tool. The only thing that I wish would have been different, but honestly, you can't fit much in like the amount of time. Like right now, I'm going on like 25 minutes, right? But you like they'll tell you keep down to like 3, 5. So you can only fit like this is a tiny part of people's story. And so when I have watched it, I've watched it several times. Um, I've picked it apart, of course, because you read the comments and some people are just really I think a lot of the things that hurt were my teeth. For a long time when I was young, I I wouldn't smile to show my teeth unless I was like laughing hysterically because they're crooked. It is what it is, and they kind of slide aside. But it's really hard. You can only have a toothbrush for like a couple weeks before it's covered in. I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's gonna get covered in dust and gunk, and it's very hard to keep those things clean. So I would take a washcloth or really paper towels, whatever I could to try to, even my finger. And so there were comments on my looks and having such self conscious issues from before, it hit me and it hit me in the heart. Um, so I would say about that video, A, don't care about the mean people. Two, I wish it would have showed more. Um, the funny thing about it is the bathroom. Uh, you know, I know it was kind of pointed out that, it was inhuman to live like that, which I get. It is. But honestly, from an old lawn chair that was missing the seat and a couple boards taped to it as a I mean, that was honestly like that was a huge kindness to me because before that, everybody in the camp was just squatting in a hole. And having that meant dignity. And so I was really excited and happy about it. And so when I saw, and then I just had camp mover members move out. So everything was like a mess. And if anybody knows, like messes really, even when my house gets too much and it gets cluttery, I freak out. Like it bothers me so badly. And so having an environment where you just can't do everything's on display, right? If you took your household and tried to put it in a tent and had everything, it's going to be spread out. And the thing is, you don't have as much as in a household, but it doesn't take much of when you have a bookshelf and it's got cans and stuff, or you have a chair and it's got things beside it because you don't have a living room or a table, it looks trashy and it looks like garbage. And it broke my heart. And it broke my heart that I couldn't make it seem better and that I couldn't present an image that was me because I felt beautiful at that time. And I was proud of what I had done for my community. And no one got to see that part. And I wish that had been highlighted a little more. But all in all, it was wonderful to be interviewed. Um, it really, of course, spread the story of my struggles and others. And so I think that it was important. And I do now have a much stronger, because Mark warned me in the beginning, don't read the comments. Like, don't get caught up in that. Do not read the comments. It's not a thing. Like, just to be you and be okay. And of course, I was like, I'm reading the comments. And there is a lot of amazing, beautiful, hardcore, like just, oh, my heart. Just really great people. And I'm not going to let the others ruin it. So that's kind of my whole take on the video. But I'm ultra happy about it. I'm ultra thankful for it. Um, it's me. And I can't deny that, right? Like, it's all of me. And however, this is something funny. I was a little surprised when I was reading the comments and a lot of people nailed the bipolar. I was like, "Oh, it got me." Uh, like the people are like, "I'm not a medical professional, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn." It's from a commercial. It was popular for a little while. It became like a family joke. But so I'm cracking myself up here. Anyhow, so that is one of the takeaways that I thought was kind of humorous. I'm going to address some more comments. Oh, so anyway, the great question, Mama Mode. It is intended to be a huge compliment. It's huge what you're doing. Thank you, Mama Mode. I got you, babe. Sorry, man, I'm late. Love you. Have a good night. In Malaysia. Hey, from Seattle. I thought sure that internal conversing was normal. Me too. But apparently there are people that do not talk in their heads. I was like, man, I can't imagine being without my team. um, John Wick team, I have an American car. This morning the car wouldn't start. Oh, that's awful. Good morning from frozen Germany. I I heard over there it's oh you guys it's cold and our Midwest is super cold too. Noodles. Oof. Mama Mo, toothbrushes, good idea for the give out bags. Thank you. It is. It is. It's a huge deal. Toothbrushes are big. Um, and it's really hard because a lot of people there's no dental care, right? I mean, you have to pretty much you got to catch those like what are they called? Like they get together like these symposiums of like all these services and you got to catch it. Like you got to find out about it and catch it as it's going on. And hopefully you can get into dental. And most of the time when you get into dental, they're going to tell you, hey, we're going to have to schedule an appointment. This is pretty bad. And then you have people like me who are terrified of the dentist. And here is why. After my brain injury, sometimes I can get like, it's like a static feeling. And so it's really overwhelming and it feels like, I don't know if you've ever, like back in the day, before like cable and stuff, when you turn on your TV, it would be on channel like 3 and it would be just static. It'd be like this and all this way stuff. And that goes in my head. And so I was getting a cleaning and they um they went in to clean and it just kicked it off. I didn't even think about it. I immediately strong armed the dentist and said, we're done. And he's like, hey, don't. And I was like, I'm truly sorry. It was just a reaction, but I am done here. And I haven't been able to get back. And so I imagine there's, brain injuries account for a large percentage. Um, of unhoused. And so I can imagine that it's super painful and there isn't a whole lot of tooth care. And these are cases in which a lot of work would have to be done. Um, if someone gives you a trip coupon for traveling in one country, which country would you choose? That would be hard. Oh my gosh. How would I even decide? Oh, man, there are so many countries I would love to see. I would have to say, because you said one country, I've been to some of the countries in Europe, so I would have to be like, okay, I've been there, even though I'd love to go back. Oh gosh, that's so hard. It's so hard. There's like 100 and I don't even know how many. I must be so ignorant. I need to learn how many countries there really are. I know that there's like over 150, but might be 190. I don't know. So anyway, though, it would be hard. It would be hard to choose. But I would say first, like I've been as life gets better, I do look at traveling. I've not gotten my passport yet, but that is on my list. And I would say probably the first country I would visit would be New Zealand. And it's really funny because I had met this I forgot to put her YouTube down. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do that. I will go in and edit. Hopefully I'll if I remember. I have an issue with memory sometimes. But she's a vlogger out of Bellevue, and she's been unhoused for quite a while. And she came from New Zealand. She's a U.S. citizen that came over from New Zealand, but lived there for several years. And so we were talking about it, and it just kind of like strengthened my urge a little bit to just want to see, just want to visit. But there's so many countries I'd love to, and I look at the amazing things of everybody's country, and I'm just like, oh, I want to see it all. It's kind of like wanting to do it all, but wanting to see it all and knowing that you can't. So, what do you do? Yep, mess drives my OCD bunker, so I can relate. Yeah, it just after a while, I feel like my environment is a reflection of my mindset. And so, when I'm not doing as well mentally, my environment tends to be in disarray. And so I try to watch that kind of like an out, like one of my team is watching that and is like, hey, maybe you're not doing so good. Take a look around. It's getting in disarray. Maybe. And what I realize then is I might be stretched too thin. And so I may have to cut something out or put or reschedule something or put something else so I can tend to myself to make sure that my headspace is okay and right. Um, Let's see, Mama, you're beautiful and you presented heart captivatingly real. Thank you, Mama Mode. You are so positive and inspiring. Hi, Ricky. Snow White and Cinderella were pretty and they wore rags. Thank you. Loving the raggedy doll behind you. I know. Awesome, right? Matia, actually, there's one thing that straighten the tea in 1 year. You can have all this straight, this plastic. Right. I understand that. But the thing is these things like tea straighteners and all, those are luxuries. Those are things that you have when you have all the things you need. And so, like, that was never an option for me. And honestly, now I wouldn't change it. I love my smile. I'm okay with a little bit of crooked. I'm cool with it. I am at a different place in my life. And I don't care if they're a little yellow. I don't care no matter what, nothing ever anymore physically. Like, like physical look is going to keep me from smiling anymore. I am going to be so joyful. I'm going to flash them every chance I get. um, Ricky, my dad's birthday is in 3 days. Tell him happy birthday. Hi, Rana. Noodle clinics. Yes, clinics is the word for that. Let's see. Madalena, you have an amazing soul. Thank you. Ricky, I almost jumped out of the dentist chair once and I got my teeth cleaned. Says Tracy, teeth fixed. Yeah, it was something. It just all of a sudden, like, it scraped and it was just a flash. Like, it gets like, I get tunnel vision and it just like my head screams. And like, if it lasts too long, I lose it. And I've slammed my head against a wall to make it stop. I begged, like, when it was really bad in the beginning, I literally begged people to kill me when it was happening. Like, please, like, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. It was horrible. So I avoid that feeling as much as possible. um, Overheat. Our cold is probably not comparable to your Midwest cold. Just whining a little bit. Right? I used to live in Wisconsin, so I've got, like, Sheila and a lot of friends and family that live out there, and they were saying, like, -20 some, negative brutal, brutal. I'm like, "That is a big nope for me." I have no desire. Part of my conditions includes Raynaud's, and, that is, it encompasses a lot of things, but it's intolerance to cold. And so I just don't do well in the cold. Um, Zeef, my dad gets anti-anxiety pills to sedate him before he has any more. I didn't really think about that. Um, I've just been putting it off. Jackie, hi Amanda, good to see you doing good. Thank you. Noodle, I have memory problems too. Yeah, they said my memory, the issue is so much is attention. Like I had what's it's called a neuropsych test, and they said my main issue is besides emotional lability, um because of the frontal lobe stuff, it's attention. My attention jumps very quickly. I don't It jumps very quickly from subject to subject, so sometimes I'm in another place before I can retain the information, and it doesn't stick. Lynn, I've suffered 4 brain injuries in my 50 plus years. The worst, my head going through the windshield of my car. I have all kinds of symptoms. Was annoying as tinnitus. Tinnitus it's ridiculous. I used to think it was something else. I wasn't believing that, and now it happens, and I'm just like, ugh. It luckily for me, it doesn't last long. Like usually under a minute, and it's done. Noodle. Let's see. If you could take anyone on the trip with you, who would it be? Rowan. Always Rowan. Hands down, Rowan. Always Rowan. She is the best travel partner anywhere. But if it was a human being, oh, that is so hard. Because I mean, anyone in the world. Oh, there's so many people's brains I'd like to pick. Like, I'd love to ride along with the Dalai Lama, but I swear too much and I probably talk way too much for him. So I think it'd be a great road trip for me, but I think I would annoy him. So just so many people. Uh, Malala Yousafzai, I'd love to talk to her. There's, oh my gosh, Kamala Harris. And like in history, like, there's so many. um, let's see, UK. I went to go to in Amsterdam. Amsterdam's I haven't been there, and I haven't been to the UK either. I went to Germany, and I've been to Belgium, and I've been to France. I don't remember. I think that was the main ones. Overheat, your smile so beautiful. Don't worry about that. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are so great. Thank you. Your smile is great. Thank you, Z. Artisa, greetings from the UAE. Stay safe and stay happy. Greetings from Seattle. You too. Most vacuums do that with my son. Yeah, it's uh, it. The vacuums luckily don't do that. There's usually it's frustration, and I will be honest. I have a problem with that in relationships. Um, I get frustrated very easily. And when I get frustrated, I tend to just flip out, like not physically or anything, but I can't think, and it upsets me, and it tends to set me off. And so I just can't, like, I have to have personal space. And it's really honestly the reason I couldn't be in a shelter is because I have to have a space that's free from other humans sometimes. Um, Sometimes I can't mentally deal with other people. So that I do have an issue. Like that's yeah. Drink milk for strong bones. I like almond milk. I love how there's no pause for Rowan's. There can't be a pause for Rowan's name. Like, first thing I did was look for a car seat for her. Like, straight up, like I was on it. She took the first ride. um, you are beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that, Darpit. Like anybody, because dogs are continuously barking in my street. I think they have a serious manner. They're talking. That's it's for me, like Rowan. Every once in a while, I'll tell her to be quiet because there's nothing to bark at, and she's barking at like somebody in the hallway. But for the most part, like they make so many sounds, and unless it's like going on and on and on, and they're trying to tell you something, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. It's just them talking. Maybe I don't know what they're saying. Maybe they're like, "Hey, Joe, you having a good day? Yeah, man, it's been pretty awesome. Got all the butt scratches." Like talking about their times. Laura, hello from frigid Canada. This cold snap is really scary right now. I can't even imagine. Like oh, it's it's scary because I also like just sitting here. I know the privilege of being warm. I was thinking tonight too, just about the times, like literally, if I hadn't had Rowan, I would have at least the cold would have made me super sick, if not killed me. Flipping over side to side, trying to keep each other warm. It was brutal, absolutely brutal. And I'm saying it's brutal that, and it's nothing like right now. Right now is kill temperatures, and so I just hope everybody is like, look out for your neighbors, look out for your vulnerable, look out for people, just love people. Not, you don't have to like love being around, but like just show love. Um, let's see. Patty, hello. I had cancer surgery today and I'm moving to Moses Lake. Yay. I'm glad that you were here in your surgery. I hope it went well and I hope you feel better and I hope that it lasts and everything turns out well. So I am sending love. Olga, come to the Czech Republic. I have looked at the Czech. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yash, how's life? Good. Your boundaries. That's good. I do. Um, I know two other people in Czech. Oh my gosh, almost forgot. We had a campmate from the Czech Republic. What was his name? Vita. We called him VTech, but his name was something else. And I actually saved him from being robbed. And so I brought him back to camp. And he stayed with us for a good 6 months and then he went back. But super awesome human being, like totally awesome human being. However, we're in the library, right? And he's showing me, like, he's like, come here and look. Shows me this picture of this guy, like, on this cliff face mountain, just like getting it. Looks like, a picture out of like Sports Illustrated, something about climbing or mountain climbing. And I was like, oh, cool. And he goes, that's me. And I went, what? Looked at it and I was like, wow, okay. Good job. Oh my gosh. And then one time we were getting swept. It was like right when Seattle first had the NAV team, and it was just really brutal. They swept us from Eastlake, and so I'd moved everybody, and I said, "Come on, we're going to this part of the jungle. It's secluded. They already swept it out, so there's nobody, in there, so we can go up and we can go in and we can be safe." And of course, we're dealing with a lot of youth that have been in the street for a long time. And so sometimes they need help. And it's muddy. Like it was February. So rain's coming down. Everything is just a mudslide. And we're hiking up into the woods. And everybody's just dropping things off. And I'm like, okay, drop it. We'll start, putting it where it needs to go in the camps. And I'm carrying all this stuff, and he's carrying stuff, and he sets it down and he goes, why? And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, why are you doing this? Why are we doing this? If they're not here helping, why?" And I was like, "'Cause I don't know how to do anything but care about people." Like, it's what we got is caring, caring for each other, caring for our community, caring for our neighbors. And then I was like, "If you don't want to carry it, I'll carry it." And he's like, "No." But I always will remember him with fondness. So sorry for getting sidetracked with another story. I know I'm going on and everybody has things to do. Um, let's see, Ricky, I had some almond milk last night with sweet flavor. I like chocolate almond milk, and it's funny because I really switched to eating a lot of almonds and nuts and things like that after my brain injury because I noticed a difference. And I'm not really a seafood eater, so like I needed somewhere to get those omegas, and so I chose that route. And something that helps with like hormonal issues is soy. And so I also like the dark chocolate, silk soy. And Gypsy used to like that was the treat she would bring back is and she wouldn't let anybody touch it but me. That's mom's. It was just like I had to drink it quick, but it was just like I have so many like amazing memories. Let's see. Mom, I woke up to -18. Oh, it's so brutal, so brutal. And I'm worried about like even the 20s. Like the 20s can kill people. You get into the negatives, it's ridiculous. Um, world need pray of art. The world needs love more than ever these days. Yeah. Because my mom just scolded me, then you should probably listen. Oh no, she didn't, girl. Have you always been close with all of your children, even when you were unhoused? You seem to be close to them now. It's lovely to hear. But um, my youngest daughter was at her father's, um, custody battle, things like that. I lost. And a lot of it due, of course, brain injuries. It was really fresh at that time. I was very injured. Um, My middle daughter stayed in the town that we were in to finish high school. My son left the house at the same time I did, and he ended up hitchhiking up to Seattle. I went to Montana for a little bit and stayed with my brother. But when I came to Seattle, it was to find my son, and we were homeless together. And I think that's kind of why it irks me when people are like, "Where were your kids?" It's like, you know what? My children should have had a mother that wasn't brain injured and taking care of them. I don't, I am forever grateful to them for holding themselves together and to be able to have a mother that is able to be there now and to be able to share in the growth. And you know of course we're like any family, we got issues, whatever, but when they were I love my children, and yes, we most of the time we're close, we fight, and then we love each other. I mean, we always love each other. Like, I think the thing is one thing that we always do is no matter what the issue is, doesn't matter. You can text "I love you." You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to have any anger or animosity or malice. Just say "I love you." It just can heal so much. And that's one thing, even if I didn't have anything else to say, just "I love you." And so I make sure to do that with my kids a lot, or try to. If not, usually like it's straight. I talk to them a lot. So um Calgary was -33 today. Oh, I'm cold for you. How has lockdown been treating you? I'll be honest, like only good. A lot of my work, I can work from home now. Like meetings and stuff, I can attend on Zoom, which actually makes me happy. The problem with it is that I rather like I have isolationist tendencies, and if not checked, I don't leave the house except to like maybe go like outside on a hike or something or do outreach. And yeah, so so I have been making a concentrated effort to still contact the people I love, still have not, necessarily go over and visit, but have calls and Zoom meetings and things like that. And it's been interesting. But for me, it has I don't think it's bad. I understand, but here's the thing though. I am very lucky to be able to work from home. There's a lot of people that can't. And I do not forget that that is a privilege to be able to do that. And so I know that not everybody has the ability to be on lockdown. Frontline workers, essential workers, that's really difficult. And honestly, we're not taking care of our people. I don't think we have been for a long time, and it and I'm working towards change. Let's see. I don't know if you understand this. 26 degrees Celsius with wind chills 41 degrees Celsius. I do understand that. I lived in Wisconsin. And those are the days where you have a snow day, but they tell you to keep your children inside because the air will freeze their lungs and their nasal passages. So I'm aware, and that is not. That's if you're outside, that's not survivable. Um, and hopefully there's enough shelters that are opening. Ew, I hate cold. Same, not cool. Let's see. Ricky, true hero. Thank you. I just made a short film on YouTube. If you go to James Hickey Frank on lockdown, check out my film. Okay. Mama mode. That carrying is you, no matter who you are. It's what makes you. It's why you were camp mom. True. And yeah, I think that I, I, I can't stop caring. I don't know how to not care. I know, like, I've said, look, I don't care, or who cares, or things like that. But honestly, I care. I care deeply. Care deeply about so many things. So for those of you that don't care, I care enough for us. Just kidding. I think caring is contagious, and I want to spread it around. Is there any place warm right now, like 60 degree? Southern United States? I really don't even know. I heard Florida was even getting down like in the 30s. That's ridiculous. Gypsy's a good daughter. She is. She's amazing. Ricky, interesting. Noodle, just check. -6 right now. Ah! Family is whom your affinity is by choice. True, true, absolutely. Hawaii is cold at 69. Yeah, I kind of feel that. Like, what is it right now? Let me check. It is 39 here, and that is freezing to me. I'm not going outside in that. Oh shit, you're amazing. Thank you for answering my questions. It's such an honor. Thank you. I like it when people ask questions. I think that it's super important to understanding. And if ever you have a question or want to ask something, you can pretty much ask anything as long as it's respectful. Um, let's see. I have the isolationist tendencies too, right? Let's see. What do you do when there, Laura? What do you do when there aren't enough shelters in this cold due to COVID restrictions? Number one, find out where the emergency shelters are, share that information. Number two, knowing that like our emergency shelter right now in this city, there were more than 11,000 people who are unhoused, 5,000 plus on the streets, unsheltered. And we have 25 beds in severe weather. Like and they're mats on the floor. Mats on the floor, 25 of them. I'm not thrilled. Can it save a life? Yes. With COVID, can it end a life? Yes. So, not thrilled. But here's what you can do: get tents, check out your groups, check out your hiking forums, check out your camping forums. Ask for tents, ask for old sleeping bags, ask for blankets, and get them out. You see a person, carry them in your car, hand them out the window. You don't have, like, if you're not comfortable, I know a lot of people are like, just like, I'm comfortable just walking up to somebody and being like, hey, how you doing? There are a lot of people that are not comfortable with that. And that's okay. You don't have to. But even if you don't want to, leave a blanket on a bench, wrap it up, put it in a bag with a bow, put a note in there. You matter. Please keep warm. And a lot of times, if somebody who's unhoused gets that and they don't need it, they will give it to somebody who does. And so that's what you can do. Mylar blankets, warm socks, hot hands. Like, these things right now will, during these cold snaps, can help keep somebody alive. When we're talking negative temperatures and wind chills, that is not the case. That is when you need significant tent heaters. Oh, and by the way, in cold environments, tent heaters, tent heaters, tent heaters, tent heaters. I know people are, oh, you could burn something down. You know what? You could burn your house down too. Burn your apartment down. We were just having a fire thing because somebody lit their kitchen on fire. You know, people, just because you're unhoused doesn't stop you from being a reasonable adult. It's not okay to deny somebody heat because of what you think. And right now, we have heaters that are safe and that you don't have to worry about being in that situation. They're meant for tents. Issaqua Jeans, hi, how are you? It's nice to see you. Overheat can relate to caring for others a lot. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Caring is not weakness. Kindness is not weakness. However, niceness and polite can be lying sometimes. And so I think it's very good to set boundaries and be firm about that, and be true to yourself. Um, guess I'll move to Hawaii for the winter. Right? I know, and that's another place I want to visit that I haven't been, is Hawaii. And honestly, that would be kind of emotional, because when I was little, that was one trip that I remember my grandma went, right? And I lived with my grandparents quite a bit, like off and on. And she brought me this, like, the hula skirt, like the whole hula getup, and this lei. And I was like 5, 6, and I would practice. And she's like, when you turn 16, I'm gonna take you to Hawaii. And she died when I was 12. So when I think of that, um, I definitely want to go to Hawaii. That would be cool. And plus, one of my first viewers, her name was is Carol, and I'm sure she's still, she was she is, I was like, was, because, like, my last sister was a past, but she's an amazing human being, and I have lots of supporters in Hawaii, and they're all amazing. So it seems like a wonderful place. Um, except for, like, the volcano thing. Like, I'm sure volcanoes are beautiful, but lava, ouch. And I just remembered they make heaters for tents. Friends use them for hunting in Alaska. It's huge. It's huge. I remember getting that tent heater and it changed the game. I Propane was hard to come by, of course, because, like, you have no money. And so, like, I would stand, I would spange, which is panhandle, and get a few dollars. And I remember just having that. And you know the biggest thing was, like, at night, because you get really cold and it would wake me up, even on my meds, which knocked me up. It would wake me up, and it just hurt. Like, it hurt my hip, hurt my joints, hurt my back. I have spinal arthritis, so it was just, like, painful. And so I would wake up and I would turn it on, and me and Rowan both would just like breathe a sigh of relief. I had it like facing the bed and I was just like, oh, like to have that. And I was able to curl back up and go to sleep. And then in the morning, that was awesome. And then after the video with invisible people, people were donating. So I was able to like, we had propane for days. I was able to keep warm. I got a bigger tent. So I was able to like have a cook stove. So I had my little thing. I had like a 2-room tent. So I actually had like a little kitchen area. I was I was rolling as unhoused. But it was the tent heater was important. I keep realizing like I'm going over an hour and keep telling stories. Let's see. Okay, thanks so much. School and Turbo, keep up the great work, girl. Proud of you. Thank you so much. Um, Laura, problem our city had to turn people away in our emergency shelters due to COVID. Yeah, it's what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, except for do the right thing. Like, seriously, there are hotels that are going empty while people are dying on the street. And I don't understand. I don't understand when Nordstrom's and all of them are leaving these huge, massive complexes and there's people dying on the street. I, you're, I, people can explain it all they want. I'm not going to understand that. I'm not. I'm not going to get it because if someone tries to justify that, that tells me where their actual interest lies. And my interest will always lie with furthering. We shouldn't, people should not be living like it's the Middle Ages in 2021. That is absolutely ridiculous. And it has nothing to do with who they are or their morality or how hard they work or anything else. The system is set up to have really poor, middle class, and rich. And we need to change that because it's not okay. And it's not okay for, I know people, I work hard, so I deserve. You know what? Everybody deserves basic human like life necessities. Everyone does. It's not just because you work hard. You work hard because you want the extra stuff, the luxuries, the the things that, like pictures or luxury. I don't know. Like ring light, whatever. But basic needs, I don't get it. You me a wahoo, right? Um, were you in an accident to get a brain injury? I have had as an adult, because I don't count like when I was little. I underwent severe abuse when I was real small. And so I don't count that because I kind of look at, from birth to 8, there's one significant injury. Um, but as an adult, I've had 5. The first one was a domestic violence incident where I was thrown into a radiator when I was 19. That caused seizures, which eventually went away. And of course, a whole host of mental issues with PTSD, lots of issues. Then the second one was a also also domestic, where a tool chest, a Craftsman tool chest, and it broke here and into my orbital socket, and yeah. The third one was I was drinking and driving and wrecked. And my seatbelt, I was wearing a seatbelt. The bruising showed that I was wearing the seatbelt, but the car bounced and it bounced. And when it came back up, my seatbelt let go. And I had a convertible. They found me tucked underneath the the steering wheel. And I'm so sorry. And the only person that was hurt was me. And because I was hurt, my family was hurt. And so there was like this ripple effect that was really difficult. And then after that, I found out a year later that for a year I had had a subdural hematoma, which meant that I was bleeding into my frontal lobe right here. Um, and then the fourth one, also drinking, but I was drinking so that I could roll my vehicle and kill myself, which I tried. I rolled 6 times without a seatbelt, and the car caught on fire, and a passerby saved my life. After that, I had significant injuries to the parietal and frontal lobes. And then the last one, I used to have rescue animals. I did fostering, and I had a Mustang, and she was green broke, and she threw me, and I landed on the occipital lobe up here. So I've been extremely blessed, and I have an amazing neurologist, which I don't really see anymore because there really isn't anything they can do for me. I'm pretty much on my own path now, and I went to speech pathology for quite a while to I had aphasia. So, I still have it, but with training, it got better for me. I don't know how it works for other people, but I know for me, going through that helped. But every once in a while, my brain will glitch out and I can't think of words. So, and I know everybody does the whole, because I believe me, I've talked to a lot of people about it and they're like, oh, I forget words for things too. Not like this. Like, literally cannot remember for the life of me what a fork was, like the name for a fork or other things. I would have to describe the item, and this was ongoing. And and this was funny. So I used to read a lot, and after my third brain injury, I couldn't read. So I got rid of all my books. I was like, can't read. I was throwing a tantrum with myself, and my life is over. I can't read. I can't do anything. And I couldn't spell. And that was a huge deal because I have always been like a key speller. And I couldn't spell. And I couldn't read. And it just, it was, it was super hard. And with time, it got a little better. I kind of lost track there. um, let's see. I got friend. Okay, I got friends there. We could totally do a luau or surfing or just watch. Surfing would be awesome. Like light surfing. I'm not looking for like any of that. Get hauled out to the ocean and like. Although, oh my gosh, so photography. I want like a waterproof case because I think like I've seen the pictures where they're like inside the wave, and I just find that so beautiful, like just amazing. Let's see. Hit the Saturday market, eat mangoes, and just have a week of fun. Right? Oh my gosh! So there, like at our food, we have these like what is it like food roundups or whatever, and they have these I think it's called a mango nada, and it's got all this mango and juice, and then it's like got tagine like on, I think it's tagine, but anyway, it's got like this candy that's spicy on the straw, and it's got like this chili in it that's just amazing, so it's like the refreshing, spicy mango. But sometimes you got to hit the right vendor because sometimes this was like juice with like a little mango pulp on it. The good ones slice that mango and they just like your whole cup has got mangoes and it's all soft from the drink and it's got this. I love it. You got me with the mangoes. As a matter of fact, I buy the grandkids mango juice a lot. Um, Let's see. Totally enjoying this visit. I do too. I enjoy it so much. And especially when there's a lot of people asking questions. It's just like great. I love conversating. It's like the best. Let's see, right? Business closed. Better to let the building sub dead. It is. It's unacceptable. I'm just floored by it. I'm absolutely floored by it. And I can't believe that in this day and age this is happening. Like, where are we? It, have you would think that we would have learned, all of us, by this point, that we are all interconnected. And therefore, the better that those who are struggling do, the better we do. And as a society and as a people and as communities, the better our neighbors are doing, the better we're doing. And I want that for everybody. I want everyone to just be able to be safe, have a place you feel safe. It's so important. It's important physically, it's important mentally, it's important all around. I agree with you. It's so ignorant. It is, Laura. Iskra? Hi. Uh, yeah, if there's an emergency and there's empty buildings, we should let people, including kiddos, out try to survive. But century really, exactly, absolutely, exactly. Like, okay, if you go back into pictures, I think it was late 1800s, early 1900s, and they would show these things called coffin boxes, and they would rent them out, or they would have like little spaces that people laid in that couldn't afford a room. This is like over 100 and some years ago. And Las Vegas just took a parking lot and marked it up like we were still back then, except way more people. And I'm like, and I'm not saying anything about tiny homes, okay? But, well, I am saying something about tiny homes. I lie. Back up. I'm saying something about tiny homes. For bridge housing, and bridge means connection, right? So a place where people can get services and still have a door that locks. They're good. Are they feasible for long term? Absolutely not. Should we always check the numbers about who and how fast people are getting into housing from them? Absolutely. Why is that? Because they are sheds. Because they are meant to hold stuff, not people. And I know that in the beginning, cute idea, this is wonderful. But I know in the beginning, there was no insulation. I know that they don't carry bathrooms and all that other stuff that, we have to bring that in and it's all shared. I do know that it provides the people with a sense of safety. And a lot of people are very thankful for that. However, people are very thankful for things that we decide are good enough. And that includes people who come in from the cold and we put them in a subpar, moldy facility with bed bugs and lice. And yeah, they're thankful they're not freezing to death, but I'm pretty sure they're not thankful for the rest of it. But we expect this overwhelming gratitude for the absolute least we can do as a society. And I would like to change that from the charity um, mindset and the good enough mindset to a more world people centric, environment centric type attitude and an interconnected attitude. Let's see. Overheat. Money, material possessions is the god of a lot of people. The thing at the top of their value hierarchy. Yep. I hope the realization sets in for the people you can't buy real love. You know what though? I will say that working for the city as a contractor, I have had a voice, and believe me, on there and everywhere else, I scream loud. Um, I think it's important. I think that the more of us that are educated and put our voices together, the quicker change comes about, and that's super important. Um, I'm sorry about your accident's DB experience. It's okay. Like, in the end, I'm here. I'm alive. And I remember a day and age where I didn't want to be. And I'm just floored. I'm like, see, you never know. Like, you never know where you can be in a year. You didn't know nothing. Not you, me. You've been through a lot. Yeah, it's true. It's a true. But a lot of people have. I'm not alone in that. I'm not alone in that by any means. Annabelle is sitting right behind you, right? Isn't it really late in Seattle? Yes, it is, and I'm up late. Tonight is my night off from having the babies. So I am enjoying coffee, even though I've been talking and not drinking my coffee and it's completely cold, which means I'm gonna have to heat it up. Um, right? This is different. Yes, I give things wrong name too. Yeah, it's frustrating, but I was very lucky that my kids and especially my street kids, like they got it. They will figure it out. They understand my little things and like my yeah, that and they make it work. Oh, that's where I was going on the books thing. I used to read a lot. And so, like, when I was learning, like, I was still having issues with me, I would use really outdated and large words where none were needed because I couldn't think of other words. But I would remember these words from like the classics and be throwing those around looking pretentious and arrogant when I'm like, I don't know other words. I'm so sorry I'm learning. Like, how do you explain that? See, schooling data is 11:32 p.m. Yep, you're making me hungry. Schooling data is something. How's Ro? Rowan's doing amazing. Right. Overnight, I don't have any mangoes right now. Oh, they were amazing. Just curious on your opinion. Good job pushing for the ones who can't for themselves. Somebody needs to be an ITEL, right? How's your fur baby? Doing great. And get on the trolley. All right, guys, I think I have chatted enough. And I just want to say I appreciate all of you so very much. And thank you. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for communicating with me. Thank you for being huge supports. And thank you for, I knew that by coming on, there would be other people celebrating my win with me. And that means the world. So, anyway, guys, good night. Hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you all later.